لا نعت موجود ولا وقت معدود ولا أجل ممدود فطر الخلائق بقدرته ونشر رياها برحمته وابتدى بصخور ميدان أرضه الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين مولى الثقلين جد الحسن والحسين الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرضين بأبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين لا سيما على بقية الله في الأرضين ولعنة الداعمة على أعدائهم ومنكري فضائلهم وغاصبي حقوقهم من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه وهو أصدق القائلين وقوله الحق: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا ادخلوا في السلم كافة ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. درود بيت محمد رضي الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Misconceptions about Islam. There are certain misconceptions which the non-Muslims have about the religion of Islam, and even there are some misconceptions which the Muslims have about Islam. Some of these were mentioned in the last night lecture. Tonight, one more misconception which we come across in this part of the world, and that is, the people think that, especially the non-Muslims, that Islam is the religion of terrorists and it promotes terrorism. And whenever nowadays when we come across a Muslim or something about Islam, you will see the media will write something about terrorism or will promote that Islam is the religion which teaches and practices violence. And we see that this is very common now. This is a complete misconception and misunderstanding about the pure teaching of Islam. Islam is the religion which has nothing to do with terrorism. Islam is a religion which is a complete peace. Terrorists have no place in Islam. If some people, maybe 5%, 10%, 15%, they are Muslims and they do some terrorist activities on the name of Islam, it doesn't mean that Islam promotes violence and terrorism. A group of people, maybe few percentage of it, and that is everywhere, not only among the Muslims. In other religions also we have terrorists. And there are a lot of examples. I don't want to go into the example. But you will find that in every religion, there are some people, some elements who are extremists. Some elements are fundamentalists, fanatics, everywhere. So if among the Muslims there is a group or there is a certain percentage which talks about terrorism, talks about killing, it doesn't mean that the religion of Islam is the religion which is promoting terrorism. No, the religion itself never promotes. It is against terrorism, against terrorists. Clearly the Holy Quran says, whoever kills one person innocently, as he has killed the whole nation. And whoever gives life to one person, as he has given life to the whole nation. Man ahya nafsan كأنه أحيا ناس جميعا, something like this. The meaning is that whoever gives life to one person, he has given life to the full ummah, whole nation. And whoever kills one person, it is as he has killed the whole nation, the whole ummah. So where you will find such teachings in other religions? These are the teachings of Islam. Here the verse which I recited is in chapter Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 208. We see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses those who have iman, those who have faith. O those, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O those who have faith, idkhulu fi silmi kaffa, enter into submission, enter into Islam completely. The word kaffa means completely, wholeheartedly. Don't enter into Islam 50%, 60%, 70%. No. You are a Muslim, you should be a complete Muslim. You should be a 100% Muslim, wholeheartedly, from the bottom of your heart. This is what the verse is saying. Oh, those who believe, enter into Islam completely, wholeheartedly. وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطَوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ. Don't follow the footprints of shaitan. إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Shaitan, Satan is your open enemy. Clear enemy, open enemy. Don't follow the footprints of Satan. Enter into Islam completely, wholeheartedly. And we also see that the word Islam itself is the meaning of the word Islam is peace, or enter into peace. And those who follow this religion, those who are called Muslims, mean those who are peaceful, those who submit themselves to the will of Allah, those who submit themselves to the will of Almighty Allah. They are Muslims. And we also see that one of the names and attributes of Allah is also As-Salam. 99 attributes. One is As-Salam, which means peace. In the Holy Quran, we see that 138 times the word peace is mentioned in different forms. In 39 different forms and 47 different surahs. Peace, silm is mentioned in the Holy Quran. Our last prophet, the Holy Prophet, is called the Rasulul Salam. That is the messenger of peace. All his teachings were peace. He taught about peace. He himself practiced peace. And then the different aspects of the peace. First of all, the person he should be in peace with Allah, with his Creator. As Quran says, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنَ دِينًا مِمَّنْ أَسْلَمَ وَجْهَهُ لِلَّهِ. The best part of the religion is for the one who submits himself to Allah, for the pleasure of Allah. This is the best part of the religion. And then also, Islam says that one should be peace with himself. With himself. That is, he should not have a split personality, a double face, or zahir, exterior is something different, interior, batin is different. No. Muslim is the one whose exterior, interior, zahir and batin are same. If we go and see some other aspects, we will find that Islam teaches that everyone should be in the peace, salamati, with all the creatures. A person should be in peace with his wife, with his spouse, whether man or woman. From the house. If a person has problems in his own house, husband has problem with his wife, wife has problem with her husband, now this is not a life. Islam discourages this kind of life. Islam says you should have peace with your spouse, peace with the parents. Son is against father, father is against son. Daughter is against mother, mother is against daughter. These are not the teachings of Islam. There should be peace in every aspect. Peace among the neighbors. Your neighbor should be happy from you. Your neighbor should never have any complaint against you. Otherwise you are not a complete Muslim. Again we see that the extended family, sometimes we live with our uncles, maternal uncles, paternal uncles. We should have peace with them. Islam says, Sila Raham. So many riwayat, so many emphasis is laid on being good to the extended near relatives, which is called Sila Rahim, which is wajib. In the teachings of Islam, it clearly says a person who does Sila Rahim, that is, is good toward his near relatives, this increases his sustenance, number one. His rizq, sustenance is increased if he is good toward his family members. Number two, his age is increased. Doing Sila Rahim means, if you believe in riwayat, but unfortunately we read but we don't believe or we don't want to follow. Otherwise, if you believe in riwayat, it is clearly said, Sila Rahim increases sustenance, Sila Rahim increases your life. Let's suppose your destiny is, your life is written 60 years, 70 years, just an example. If you do Sila Rahim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase that 60, 70 to 80, 90 years. You don't need to go to a doctor and take care of your food and good medical health. No, this is good medical health to follow the riwayat and do Sila Rahim. And Qat'i Rahim, to cut ties with the family members, near relatives, decreases the age and decreases the sustenance. So peace is everywhere in all the teachings of Islam. The basic of the Islamic teaching is peace. To have peace everywhere with the extended family, peace in the society, peace with the nature, with the environment. Some people nowadays you will see people talking about environment. Oh, we should be very careful about environment, and it will be a big crisis. In few years, environment crisis will be very big. Yes, that's true. We also believe in it. But see the teachings of Islam. Islam says that, it is reported from the Holy Prophet that he said, whoever plants one tree, Allah will reward him for this planting of a tree. So this is the teaching of Islam towards environment. Islam says don't mix poison in water. Islam says don't waste water. The Holy Prophet is reported to have said, when you do wudu, ablution, use as little water as you can. Even you are doing wudu in the flowing river. The river is flowing and you are taking wudu in that, still you are not allowed to waste the water. Water is ni'mah, is a blessing. Islamic teachings are unique regarding the environment. Islam teaches us to have peace with the environment. Don't cut the trees, don't poison the water, and cultivate trees. If this tree provides food and shelter, even for a bird, for an animal, still you will get the reward for it. Islam teaches us, let me add this, that there are around about 700 verses in the Holy Quran about nature. Nature means mountains, nature means rivers, trees. This is called nature. 700 verses, ayat in the Holy Quran about nature. Islam is a complete religion. It has solution and answer for everything. We are accused of terrorism, that Muslims, they love violence. No. Islam never teaches violence. Islam never teaches fundamentalism. We are even suffering from those people, though the so-called Muslim, few percentage of it, who are practicing terrorism, but they have nothing to do with Islam. This is a group of people who are Kharijan in Islam. They claim that they are Muslim, but actually they are not real, true and pure Muslims. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We see that the teachings of Islam are unique when it comes to peace in the society, peace with the environment, even peace with the animals. Some people say Islam is against animals, especially when it comes to dog or other animals. They say, oh, Islamic teachers are very harsh. Few days before, I saw a youth here outside of this community. He says, Maulana, is it true that Islam says the dog should be outside of the house? And if it is very cold outside, let the dog die, but you cannot bring the dog inside the house. How come Islam is so harsh about dogs, about animals? I said, this is wrong. Islam never says to keep the dog outside in cold winter so that the dog should die. Islam says, have a house for the dog. Keep it in one place. Don't allow the dog to enter into your bedroom. Don't allow the dog to enter into your kitchen. And maybe, I'm not sure whether Islam says this is haram. It might not be haram, but this is not good for you. I mean, there will be problem for you if you let a dog enter into your house. Then he will spread najasa. Wherever he go, the dog go, it will make the things najis when it eats from the plate. Another thing, this is problem for you, not for Islam. This is something which you will be in problem, headache for you. Otherwise, Islam teaches to be kind to animals, even dog. Every animal. So if you need to have a dog, you can have that, but just confine it to a particular place. Make a beautiful house for a dog. And don't allow that to get mixed with you, because it will make your dress najis. Then how will you pray? If the dog comes and sits in your lap, you cannot pray with that clothes because of najasa. And this is Sharia. I cannot change Sharia. When Sharia says it is najis, Sharia is not in my hand. Sharia is in the hand of Allah. This is divine law, the law of Allah. I cannot make something which is halal. I cannot make it haram. And I cannot make haram thing as halal. I cannot make tayyib, tahir thing as najis. And I cannot make najis as pure and tahir. Sallallahu Muhammad wa alihi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. We see that, just few examples. Once, a Ravi says that we were traveling from Medina to Makkah with the Holy Prophet. And in the way, the Holy Prophet was informed that there is a female dog which is giving birth to the baby, a female dog. The Holy Prophet changed his way, his whole way, so that the female dog should not be harassed, should not be disturbed by the caravan. He changed his way because of a female dog. And once a person, he was very thirsty, a Muslim, he came to a well to drink water. He saw there is no bucket. So he went inside the well and he drank water. When he came out, he saw a dog outside of the well which was thirsty, and the dog was searching for water. But there was no pot, no utensil, no bucket, so that the dog should drink water from there. The man went inside the well again, inside the well. He filled his shoe. He filled his shoe with water. Now how can he come out? He needs the help of his hands to come out, with the help of a rope. So he filled his shoe with water, and then he held the shoe with his teeth, which was full of water. And he came out and gave water to the dog. The Holy Prophet was informed. He said that there is a big reward for this person, a very high reward for giving water to a dog. And even we also see that once Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he saw a black slave, an Ethiopian slave. And that black slave was eating bread. He had only one bread, he was eating that. He saw a dog came. So what the black slave did, he took his bread and gave half of it to the dog. And another half, the black slave, he started eating that. Imam Hussain saw that. He came to him and said, how come you yourself, you are a poor person and you are also very hungry. So why you gave half of your bread to a dog? The slave said, I gave my share, I gave half of my bread to the dog because I saw the dog was very hungry. The dog was hungry. Imam Hussain was so happy from this action of a black slave when he gave his share of bread to the dog. He said, where do you work? He said, I am the slave of Fulan person who is Jew. Okay. Imam Hussain from there went to his house, directly to the house of that Jewish landlord. He knocked the door. The man came out. He recognized Imam Hussain. He said, you are a great personality. I know you. Although I'm a Jew, I'm not Muslim, but I know that you are the grandson of the last prophet of the Muslims. He said, yes, I am. He said, what brings you here? Imam Hussain said, I want to buy your slave. He said, you want to buy it? My slave? Yeah. I will give you free. You are such a great personality. You don't need to give me money. I will give it for free. Imam says, okay, if you are giving the slave to me, I don't need to pay you the money, then I was going to buy it, and then I was going to make the slave free. Imam Hussain again asked, the farm on which the slave was working, I want to buy that farm also. Why you want to buy the farm? Imam said, because when I make that slave free, he needs some place to work. He needs to earn his livelihood. So he is working in your farms, and now I will buy this farm and give it to him so that he can start working on it. That was a time that the wife of the Jewish person, she came to the door and said, with whom you are talking? He said, look, who is here? Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet, of the Muslim, he is here. The lady said, what Hussein wants from us? The man said, he is here to buy the slave and then make it free, and he is also here to buy the farm, so that to give it to the slave. The woman said, may I ask you why you are doing all this to this slave? Imam Hussain said, because he gave half of his bread to a dog. Half of a bread to a dog. And that's why Imam Hussain says, I came here to do a favor to him. Those people were non-Muslims, but they knew the Imam Hussain and the family of Ahlul Bayt. They say, oh son of the Prophet of Muslims, we gave you this farm, we gave you the slave, we don't need any money. You came here for a very good cause. If we will have a share with you in this cause, we will be very happy. And this is Imam Hussain there with his ethics, with his akhlaq. So much he impressed them that both of them recited the Shahadatain, became Muslim by saying La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. As tonight is the Shia-Ithna, so inshallah I will try to be very brief. The topic which we started from the first night of Muharram, inshallah tonight we want to conclude that. We said it is very important to know the Imam of the time, and we said we have some responsibilities towards him. Few of these responsibilities were mentioned. Today I would like to share some more responsibilities and then bring tonight's Majlis towards the end. One of the responsibilities which we have towards the Imam of our time is to cry for him, to weep for him. Some people don't understand the concept of weeping. They say, why weeping? Why the Shias weep? Shias cry, Shias weep, because they follow the sunnah of the prophets. The Holy Prophet himself wept. For whom? He wept for Hamza, his uncle. He wept for his son Ibrahim, who died at the age of 1.5 years and is buried in Jannatul Baqi. The Holy Prophet wept a lot for his son Ibrahim, and he wept a lot for his uncle Hamza, because the holy, sacred body of Hazrat Hamza was mutilated. The limbs were cut. So the Holy Prophet, whenever he remembered Hamza, he would cry. And also when his uncle Jafar al-Tayyar, the cousin of the Holy Prophet, Jafar al-Tayyar was 10 years older than Imam Ali. He was elder brother of Imam Ali. So the first cousin of the Holy Prophet, Jafar, when he was martyred in Mauta, the battle of Mauta, the Holy Prophet wept a lot. Not only he wept, he sent food to the wife of Hazrat Jafar and the children of Hazrat Jafar. Abdullah is one of the children of Hazrat Jafar. The Holy Prophet sent food for them. And this is the sunnah which we do. If someone from our friends passes away, we send food to his house, following the sunnah of the Holy Prophet. The Holy Prophet sent food to the house of Ja'far al-Tayyar for his wife, for his widow, and for his orphans. And also, even before Karbala, the Holy Prophet wept for Imam Hussein. He told Salama and others, and his dear daughter, Janab Sayyida, he told her what will happen to Hussein, and the Holy Prophet wept for Imam Hussein. So what we are doing is, some people might say the Shias are doing bid'ah. Bid'ah idkhalu fi din wa laysa fi din. Shia entered something in religion which is not a part of religion. Beginning of the new year, Shia started crying. This is not bid'ah. This is sunnah. Sunnah of the Holy Prophet, sunnah of the Anbiya. Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam, Quran says, Yaqub alayhi salam wept for his son Yusuf for so long that his eyes turned white. And he knew from his ilm, from his knowledge, that Yusuf is alive and he is living in the palace in Egypt. And even some says that because of the power of his prophethood, he summoned all the wolves of the area. And when the brother said that our brother Yusuf is killed and eaten by wolf, so Hazrat Yaqub asked the wolves, because he had their power, he was Nabi, then did you eat my son? Maybe the wolves were not allowed to eat a prophet. So I'm not going in that discussion now, but Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam knew that his son Yusuf is alive. And Yusuf in the palace was also crying, Yaqub was also crying. So if we cry for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, do you think Hussein alayhi salam is less than he is Yusuf Yaqub? This is Yusuf Zahra. He's not less than Hazrat. He is not less than Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam. But brothers and sisters, let me add one thing here. This crying comes from emotion, from love. It is directly proportional to love. Whenever you love someone, you will cry for him. If you don't love someone, you don't cry. We cry because we love Hussein. We cry because we love Ahlul Bayt. Those who say this is bidah, they don't love Hussein, they don't love Ahlul Bayt. They just claim that, oh, we also love Ahlul Bayt, but they never love Ahlul Bayt. If you will love Hussein, if you will love Ahlul Bayt, you will cry for him. This is something which is natural. So we love Hussein, that's why we cry for him. We love the Imam of our time, that's why this is our responsibility to cry for him. To cry for what? To cry because he's not among us. When Hazrat Yaqub was crying because Yusuf was not with him. So why not we should cry for Imam alayhi salam, who is far from us for so long. In one of the du'as we say, Azizun alayya an aral khalqa wa la tura. It's very hard for us that we see everyone except you. Azizun alayya. Very hard for us. For me it is very hard. I can see my neighbor, I can see my parents, I can see my brother, but I can't see the Imam of my time. This is very hard for me. So I should cry for him. I should weep for him. I should remember him all the time. How much time in 24 hours we have remembered the Imam of our time? How occasionally, how oftenly we do that? Very rarely. Very rarely. So we are not doing our responsibility. I give you an example which might not be a good example, but just to make it more clear for you. If I have something in my house, like I have a hen in my house, a rooster, or I have a sheep, a lamb in my house. If I see one day my animal which is in my house is not in the house, the rooster or the hen ran away from my house, or I can't see the animal, what should I do? I leave the house, I go out, start asking from the neighbor, have you seen my animal, have you seen my hen, have you seen the rooster? And I will go up to a very long time and up to a very long place distance in order to find that animal. For my animal I can do everything, but when my Imam of my time is away from me for so many years and I don't care, I don't look for him, I don't try to find him, I never think that someone from me who is my Imam, who is very near to me, is not with me. These are our responsibilities which we should do. We should remember him. We should have concern for him. I mentioned in one of the lectures, if you remember, that there is a place outside of Qom which is called Masjid-e-Jamkaran. That is the place which is related to the Imam of our time. And the people go there and they pray special dua, special namaz. And this was made with the order of Imam alayhi salam. And Imam alayhi salam comes there. It says once a week Imam alayhi salam is there. Wallahu alam, Allah knows the best. But this is what we have read in the books and from the ulama. So people go there, maybe they can see their Imam. Maybe when they see their Imam, they might not recognize him, but they can see him. That's why some people go for Hajj to meet Imam alayhi salam at Arafat. They might not recognize him, but Imam alayhi salam comes every year for Hajj. So the people go to Hajj. The people go to Masjid-e-Jamkaran to see Imam of their time, to meet them. It says that once an alim went there, and the alim says, don't take my name, I'm not, you are not allowed, you are not permitted to take my name. But the alim says, I went to Masjid-e-Jamkaran to see the Imam of my time, and I met him. I saw him, I saw the Imam of my time. The other people might not recognize him, they will just see him, an ordinary alim, an ordinary Arab. But those who recognize him, those who have some relationship, they know that they are talking with the Imam of their time. He says, one day in Masjid Jamkaran, I saw Imam alayhi salam, I saw there were black lines under his eyes as he was crying. I asked him, "Oh Mawla, oh my master, what happened to you? It looks that you are very unhappy. I can see black lines under your eyes. What happened to you?" You know what was the answer of Imam alayhi salam? Imam alayhi salam says, "Yes, you are right. I'm very unhappy. I cry a lot. I cry for my Shia. I cry for my followers. And the lines which you see, the black lines under my ear, under my eyes, is because when my Shias, they commit sin and their hisab account is brought in front of me, I start crying. It makes me very unhappy to see why my Shias are doing this. Why my Shias are sinning." May I request the people who are sitting near the door to come this side with a louder salawat on Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Please rise from your place. By the name of Imam al-Mahdi, ajalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. Once again, salawat. He says, Imam alayhi salam says that because of my Shias, I am in this position. I am crying because my Shias, they are sinning. I have no complaint from the non-Muslims. Why the non-Muslims, they don't believe in me. I have no complaint from Christians. I have no complaint from Jews. My complaints are from my Shias, my followers. Why they do sin? When they do sin, it makes me unhappy. When they do something wrong, it makes me very unhappy. When I see a youth, a Shia youth who calls himself, I am the follower of Ahlul Bayt, and he doesn't pray, his namaz is qaza, so it makes me sad. Imam alayhi salam says, it makes me very sad. I cry for them. Why my Shia is not praying? Why the youth, the Shia youth is not praying? Why the Shia girl is without hijab? Why she is not covering her head? Why there is a mixed gathering? Mahram, na mahram together. Why? If there is a mixed gathering of Shias, it makes Imam alayhi salam very unhappy and he cries for you. And this is the one reason that the zuhur is delayed. He says, you people are the reason that I'm not coming. You had delayed my zuhur. If you would have do the intizar in the proper meaning of intizar, and you will prepare the ground for my arrival, I will come as soon as possible with the izn of Allah, with the permission of Allah. But when I see my Shias who claim that they are my Shias, but they don't do their wajibat, they don't do the actions of a Shia, it makes me unhappy. It makes me cry. When I see there is conflict among the Shia. The hope of Amir al-Mu'mineen is something common. This is a common rope which should make all of us together, bring all of us together. Why the Shia should fight? Why the Shia should have differences? We have a lot of enemies. We have a lot of enemies who want to harm us. I'm not allowed to have a dispute with my Shia brother, whether he belongs from my country, my culture, or from any other country. When he is Shia, he is Shia. It makes no difference whether he is Arab or non-Arab, whether he is from Africa or he is from Asia. That makes no difference. We are all the Shias of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu. Why my Shias are doing sins? Let me add one thing more here. Some people, they commit sin or they don't act upon their wajibat. They are answerable to Allah for that. Whatever you do, you are answerable. There are malaika, kiramul katibin, who writes everything. Malaika, the kiramul katibin are the witnesses, whatever you do. Beside kiramul katibin, your body parts are also witnesses. Your hand, your mouth, your face, your feet, everything will have testimony against you or in favor of you. These are witnesses. Tomorrow my hand will witness. Tomorrow my tongue will witness. How I use my tongue. As Amirul Mu'minin says, Jirmuhu saghir, jurmuhu kabir. Jir means size. The tongue size is very small, but jurm, how it makes a person falls from the height, is kabir. A small thing in our mouth, it should be in the control. Here we see that some people, they might not be told or they are not aware how to act upon their wajibat, how to make Imam happy from them, how to make the qalb of Imam alayhi salam rawi from you. They don't care about that. Unfortunately, some of the Shias, they preach things which are wrong. Like just a simple example. A lady will not do hijab. She's not doing hijab. She's answerable for this action to Allah. She will be asked why. Not only she is not doing hijab, she is preaching among the other ladies that hijab is not wajib. So this is very serious. If you don't do hijab, don't preach to the people that this is not where it is written in the Holy Quran. No, this verse doesn't mean that. This means hijab of the heart, zahiri hijab, batini hijab. The ulama are more learned than all of us. When they are giving fatwa, when they are saying that what is zahiri hijab, what is hijab of the heart, they know about it. And they have written. So if you are not doing hijab, you are answerable for your action. We don't know what will happen to you. Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive you, or He says that's fine. We don't know about that. We are not concerned with that. But we are concerned when you say that this is not wajib. Maulvis, ulama has made it wajib, not Allah. A person, he doesn't pray, or a person, he doesn't have beard. But what he preached that, oh, beard is sunnah. So if we have beard, we will get thawab. If we don't have beard, that's fine, it is sunnah. Brothers, according to the teachings of Shia Islam, beard is not sunnah. This is ihtiyat wajib. Cutting beard is not allowed. A person who has no beard, he cannot become a witness. He cannot give a witness. I am not saying this. I am a small talib ilm. You go and ask your marji. Whatever the marji says, follow that. Don't follow me. I am a student. Maybe I will be wrong. But you go and ask your marji, what are the teachings of Islam? When you call yourself Shia and you say, no, this is sunnah, you don't know the basic thing about Islam. So how come Imam Zaman alayhi salam will be happy from you? He will, for sure, he will cry of our actions, especially if we are preaching something against Islam. Why you are making your neck as a bridge for the people to pass? There are people who do that a lot. They will make their bridge, their neck as a bridge, the people will pass, and maybe the people will pass on their neck, which is bridge for them, into Jannah. Maybe they will go to Jannah, and this person who has made people enter into Jannah himself will go to hell for not practicing what he should practice, and also for creating doubts among the Shias. Khums is not wajib. Where in the Quran khums is written? Oh, there is only one verse in the Holy Quran in the khums, about khums. The ulama has done this in order to have something for themselves. These are something which is not allowed. And every person is responsible for his action. Every person is responsible for what he says, for what he thinks, what he practices. And this is between Imam Zaman alayhi salam. But this is one of the reasons that Imam alayhi salam is crying. And he says, this has delayed my dhuhur. Sallu ala Muhammad wa अज़ान गिरामी, आज बात को मुख्तसर करनी है और इस मौजू को ख़त्म करना है। لیکن یہ موضوع بہت امپورٹنٹ ہے، اس پہ جتنی زیادہ بحث ہو سکے کم ہے. ہماری ذمہ داری میں سے یہ بھی ہے کہ ہم اس قسم کے موضوعات پر زیادہ بحث کریں. یہ جو موضوع ہے امام زمان علیہ السلام کا، یہ برننگ ایشو ہے، یہ ایک ایسا ایشو ہے کہ جو ہمارے ٹائم کا ایشو ہے. اگر یہ ہمارے لیے کلیئر نہیں ہوگا تو تاریخ وغیرہ کی چیزیں ان کی اہمیت اپنی جگہ پہ، لیکن اس کی اہمیت سب سے زیادہ ہے. لہٰذا اس قسم کی محافل زیادہ ہوں. آپ جب علماء کو بلاتے ہیں، 40 کے لیے بلاتے ہیں یا مختلف اوکیشنز کے لیے بلاتے ہیں، ان سے کہیں کہ اس ٹاپک پہ بات کریں، کیونکہ نوجوانوں کے دل میں ان کے پاس سوالات ہیں. یہ ٹاپک ان کو دیں آپ، تاکہ اس موضوع پہ زیادہ بات ہو سکے اور ہم اپنی ذمہ داری پوری کر سکیں. لذا ایک اور ذمہ داری جو ہمارے لیے ہے وہ دعا ہے کہ ہم اس موقع پہ امام علیہ السلام کے لیے زیادہ سے زیادہ دعا کریں. اور اکثر دعائیں جو ہماری کتابوں میں ملتی ہیں وہ امام زمانہ نے خود ہم کو سکھائی ہیں. مثلا دعائے ندوہ امام علیہ السلام کی دعا ہے جو جمعے کو پڑھی جاتی ہے اور عیدوں کو پڑھی جاتی ہے. دعائے افتتاح کیوں کہتے ہیں کہ ماہ رمضان میں ہر شخص کو دعائے افتتاح پڑھو، اور لوگ پڑھتے ہیں؟ کیوں؟ وہ امام زمانے کی دعا ہے، تاکہ امام زمانے کا ذکر زیادہ ہو، ہمیشہ ہو. ہر شخص ماہ رمضان میں دعائے افتتاح کی تلاوت ہے. دعائے عہد، یہ عہد ہے، پلیج. ہم جو پلیج کرتے ہیں ہر صبح، کہتے ہیں مومن شیعہ کو چاہیے کہ صبح جب وہ نماز فجر کے لیے اٹھے، نماز فجر کے بعد وہ دعائے عہد پڑھے، امام کے ساتھ اپنا ایلیجینس، اپنا پلیج، کووننٹ دوبارہ رینیو کریں. تجدید عہد. ہمارے ایک بھائی نے بڑی محنت کی ہے اور اس نے 100-200 کاپیاں بنائی ہیں دعا عہد کی، یہاں پر موجود ہیں. کچھ خواتین میں بھی ہم نے بھجوائی ہیں آج. یہاں بھی آپ وہ دعا لے لیں، اپنے ساتھ لے جائیں. اگر فجر کے لیے ٹائم نہیں ہے تو ظہر عصر کے وقت کسی بھی وقت آپ دعائے عہد پڑھنا چاہیے. دن میں 1 مرتبہ ضرور پڑھنا چاہیے. اگر دن میں نہیں پڑھ سکتے ہفتے میں 1 مرتبہ پڑھیں. علماء فرماتے ہیں کہ ہفتے میں 1 دن بھی نہیں پڑھ سکتے مہینے میں 1 مرتبہ. لیکن یہاں ایسے لوگ ہیں کہ جو 40-50 سال کے شاید انہوں نے آج تک نہیں پڑھی. تو آیا ہم امام علیہ السلام کے حق میں جو ہماری ذمہ داری ہے وہ پوری کر رہے ہیں؟ ہم نے دعائے عہد آج تک نہیں پڑھی. یہ دعائیں جو ہیں یہ ان کا حق ہے، ہمیں یہ انجام دینا ہے. ایک اور ہماری جو ذمہ داری ہے وہ انتظار کی ہے. کہتے ہیں انتظار الفرج افضل العبادہ. بہترین عبادت جو ہے وہ انتظار ہے. انتظار اردو والا نہیں، کچھ نہ کرنے کو انتظار کہتے ہیں. نہیں، یہاں انتظار کا مطلب ہے امام علیہ السلام کی ظہور کے لیے پلیٹ فارم تیار کرنا، زمینہ ہموار کرنا. یہ ہماری جو سینٹرز ہیں یہ اسی انتظار کا ایک حصہ ہے. ہماری مجالس میں جو شرکت ہے، بعض نوجوانوں کو میں دیکھتا ہوں ماشاءاللہ بڑی تعداد میں آتے ہیں. صرف 10 یا 12 دن کی شیعہ نہ بنے، یہ سارا سال کرتے رہیں. اللہ تعالیٰ نے آپ کو نعمت دی ہے، ایسی نعمت اس ملک میں، اس سے استفادہ کریں. یہاں زیادہ آئیں، ہر روز آئیں، ہر روز نہیں، ہفتے میں 2 مرتبہ 3 مرتبہ آئیں. یہاں بیٹھیں، یہاں اپنے جو ہے سرکل بنائیں، اپنے آپ کو ایجوکیٹ کریں، یہاں نماز یہاں پڑھیں. یہ انتظار اس کو کہتے ہیں. انتظار کا یہ معنی نہیں ہے کہ کچھ نہ کرنا. اور میں حیران ہوتا ہوں کہ ایک شہر میں فرض کریں اگر 1000 شیعہ ہیں تو ان 1000 میں سے بھی جو ہے 100 یا 200 یا زیادہ سے زیادہ 500 آتے ہیں. تو یہ باقی 500 کہاں ہیں، کیا کر رہے ہیں؟ ٹھیک ہے، سب کو کام ہوتے ہیں، کام بھی ضروری ہیں، ہم یہ نہیں کہتے، لیکن یہ زیادہ ضروری ہے کیونکہ یہ امام علیہ السلام کی ہمارے لیے ذمہ داریاں ہیں. بس میں بات کو تمام کرتا ہوں کیونکہ وقت جو ہے وہ ختم ہو گیا اور آج شب عاشور بھی ہے. یہ جو ہماری ذمہ داریاں ہیں امام علیہ السلام کے حضور، اس کو سمجھنا ہے، اس پر عمل کرنا ہے. ایک ذمہ داری یہ بھی ہے کہ جب ہم نماز پڑھتے ہیں 5 وقت کی جو نماز ہے اس کو اول وقت میں پڑھیں. کیوں؟ کیونکہ امام زمان بھی جو ہے نا اول وقت میں نماز پڑھتا ہے. تو کم از کم ہمارا ایک فعل تو امام علیہ السلام کے ساتھ ہونا چاہیے. وہ بھی اول وقت میں نماز پڑھتے ہیں، آپ بھی، وہ وہاں پڑھ رہے ہیں، آپ یہاں پڑھ رہے ہیں. ایک چیز تو امام کے ساتھ ہو، نماز کو اول وقت میں پڑھیں اور یہ عادت بنائیں. جہاں کہیں بھی ہو سب کام چھوڑ کے نماز. اور اس کے بعد یہ جو مجالس ہے نا یہ بھی ہماری ذمہ داری ہے، کیونکہ امام علیہ السلام بھی ان مجالس میں آتے ہیں اور آپ خود بھی گریہ کرتے ہیں امام حسین علیہ السلام کے لیے. آج ہم گریہ کریں گے، امام علیہ السلام کی سنت پر عمل کریں گے. وہ کیسے؟ امام علیہ السلام فرماتے ہیں کہ میں اپنے جد امام حسین علیہ السلام کے لیے صبح و شام گریہ کرتا ہوں. میں اپنے جد حسین کے لیے صبح اور شام گریہ کرتا ہوں، اور جب میرے آنکھوں میں پانی ختم ہو جائے تو پھر میں خون کے آنسو روتا ہوں. یہ لائٹ بند کر دوں. جب میرے آنکھوں کا پانی ختم ہو جائے تو میں خون کے آنسو روتا ہوں. لہذا ہمارا یہ رونا، ہمارا یہ مجالس، یہ امام زمان علیہ السلام کی سنت پر عمل کرنا ہے. اور آج تو سب کو رونا ہے، کیونکہ یہ وہ رات ہے کہ جس میں امام حسین روئے، اہل البیت روئے. لیکن جو مہلت مانگی تھی نا اس رات کی، وہ رونے کے لیے نہیں مانگی تھی بلکہ وہ عبادت کے لیے مانگی تھی. امام حسین نے ایک رات کی مہلت مانگی تاکہ امام حسین قرآن پڑھیں، قرآن کی تلاوت کریں. اور اس تمام رات میں جو کہ شب عاشور ہے، امام حسین علیہ السلام تلاوت قرآن میں مصروف رہے، عبادت میں مصروف رہے. روز عاشور کا آغاز اذان علی اکبر سے ہوا. جناب علی اکبر نے آذان دی، آوان و انصار جاتے رہے، شہید ہوتے رہے. بنی ہاشم کے نوجوان جاتے رہے، شہید ہوتے رہے. جناب قاسم گئے مگر واپس نہیں آئے. حضرت علی اکبر گئے مگر واپس نہیں آئے. جناب عباس سے کہا تھا بھائی عباس پانی لے کر آؤ، پانی کے کنارے حضرت عباس سو گئے، کوئی بھی نہ رہا. اب امام حسین تنہا ہے. فنظر الی الیمین والشمال، ایک مرتبہ دائیں دیکھا بائیں دیکھا، کوئی نہیں ہے. آواز بلند کی، حل من ناصر ینصرنا، کوئی ہے جو اس مظلوم حسین کی، بے کس حسین کی مدد کرے. بس یہ آذان جولے میں حضرت علی اکبر نے سنی، اپنے آپ کو جولے سے گرایا. امام حسین خیمے میں آئے، دیکھا حضرت علی اکبر جولے سے باہر گرے ہیں. بیٹے کو اٹھایا، اتمام حجت کے لیے خیمہ سے چلے تاکہ دشمن سے سوال آپ کریں حجت، اتمام حجت کے لیے. کیا فرماتے ہیں امام حسین جب حضرت علی اکبر کو لے کر چلے نا، کس حیثیت سے لے کر چلے؟ عزیزان گرامی، اجرکم علی اللہ. جس طرح ایک پھول مرجھا جاتا ہے، جب کسی پھول کو آپ 3 دن تک پانی نہیں دیں گے پھول مرجھا جاتا ہے. حضرت علی اکبر مرجھائے ہوئے پھول کی طرح حسین کے ہاتھوں میں